Hey everyone, welcome back to Journey with Me. It's Emanuela, and this is a podcast where we talk about self-development, growth, and all the little things that goes in between the growing process. Quick announcement, I got braces, so if I sound a little muffled, bear with me. I'm still getting used to these metals in my mouth. And shout outs to everyone who's had braces as a kid, because let me tell you, as an adult, this is not fun. It's so uncomfortable, painful, and just an overall struggle. So if you've made it through this phase or that phase, I salute you. And I won't lie, it's messing a little bit with my confidence. Talking feels weird. Eating is an entire ordeal. And every now and then, I catch myself lisping, which is just so humbling. But hey, this is temporary. In the grand scheme of things, it's just another challenge to get through. And if there's anything I've learned about challenges, it's that they build character, right? Right. But anyways, let's get into today's episode. Let's do a quick check-in. Where am I? Well, it's the first Friday of the month, and I have to be honest, I haven't gotten much done when it comes to my goals. Now, everybody was complaining that January was such a long month. And granted, it was a long month, but it allowed you an opportunity to start the year right. Getting things together, planning ahead, and making sure you start your goals. And now that we're in February, I kind of feel like February is about to be over. It's right around the corner. So I had to go back and listen to my last trail marker just to remind myself of what I have accomplished and what I should be focusing on this time around. And honestly, it was a reality check. When I say I haven't put in effort, I mean zero. This realization really hit me after a conversation I had with an old friend. She is younger than me, and she was just venting about her struggles, and I tried to be supportive and empathize, but I couldn't help but notice a lot of excuses in what she was saying. And listen, I get it. Everybody has a different story, and she doesn't have like the best support system, and she wasn't dealt the best hand in life, so I gave her grace because of that. The conversation stuck with me. It made me reflect on excuses we make for ourselves. Excuses about situations we put ourselves in, or even the ones we didn't necessarily cause, but somehow contributed to through our actions. And it made me turn the lens on myself. Am I really holding myself accountable? Let's talk about excuses and reality. I complain about my career, my current life, my relationships, and the choices I wish I had made. But the truth is, I have it pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My life is pretty good. It's not the best. It's not luxurious, but I have a solid support system. I don't have to operate from a scarcity mindset or fight or flight, or, I'm not nervous or scared that I can't put food on the table. And I do have time to pursue my passions, hence why I am able to record and attempt to create this podcast. And yet here I am falling short on even the simplest task. And that's frustrating because I know better. I know that actions create momentum. I know that doing the work, no matter how small, will move me forward. And yet I let myself sit in this weird limbo of waiting for the perfect time, the perfect motivation, the perfect conditions. And in my last trail marker, I remember mentioning that I hadn't put in any effort to obtain a certification that's going to help me move my career forward and allow me to pivot. And guess what? As of today, I am recording Thursday, February 6th. I still haven't learned anything new about this certification or this pivot into this new career that I want to pursue. And why? Why haven't I done it? When I reflect back on this past week, it's the only excuse I have is sheer laziness. There's nothing holding me back except for the excuses I've allowed myself to believe. So how on earth am I going to change my story? Like, I have to change my story. I have to change my reality. I have to change something so that something happens, right? Well, the thing is, I can't keep talking about change without actually doing something. So I'm going to be implementing 3 things starting now to eliminate my excuses and get back on track. One thing I think I'm going to go ahead and introduce is non-negotiable daily actions. I'm going to implement a new structure where I commit to at least one thing daily that moves me forward. Whether it's reading one chapter, studying for 30 minutes, or reviewing notes, it has to be a system that works where I have to learn one little thing about this certification every day. So I'm going to be doing that. I can no longer wait for motivation to result in action. I have to work on these habits. Every day I have to complete a minimum task that aligns with my goal. And even if I don't feel like it, even if it's just 10 minutes, progress is progress. A win is a win. I always talk about small wins matter, and they do. So I really have to focus on, moving that needle towards action so that by the end of February, by the time I get to trail marker number 2, I can actually tell you guys that, you know what, I made some sort of progress towards this certification. Number 2 is I'm going to be creating public accountability. Now, I'm already doing that now by giving you guys a glimpse of my journey because I know it's easy to lie to ourselves. It's so much easier to lie to ourselves in private. But when you put your goals out there, when you tell people what you're working on, it adds a layer of accountability. And so instead of giving you guys updates at the end of the month, I'm going to give you guys an update every week, every Friday. Because if I don't hold myself accountable, I know someone else will. Someone will be like, hey girl, how's that certification process going? How's it? How are you progressing? And even if I don't get any responses from the comments or whatever, I just know I put it out there, and my family members who are listening are going to check me on it. Like, they're always checking me on my goals and my progress, and creating a public accountability is going to start showing you that creating public accountability is going to start helping with my progress. I just know that's what's going to help. So whether I talk about it in my trail marker, I'm going to just let you guys know more frequently on what is going on in terms of this certification that I'm trying to obtain. And I think I also want to implement short form videos on different platforms like TikTok and Instagram, as well as on my shorts. So we will see what happens. There's a lot of kinks I need to work out. And the last thing that I'm going to do to help change my story is implementing the no 0 days rule. Now, this kind of adds on to the first rule, which is non-negotiable daily actions. But pretty much a 0 day is a day where you do nothing to move towards your goal. And that's what's been happening for me. I have been having way too much 0 days. So starting today, I refuse to have another 0 day. February is going to be full of actionable days. Even if I only have 5 minutes to work on this certification, I have to do something. Read one page, take one note, research one thing, because something is always better than nothing. So February is no 0 days. Okay? All month. Now, I want to hear from you guys. I don't want this to just be about me talking. I want to hear from you guys. What excuses have been holding you back? What small steps are you committing to today to move forward? Drop a comment and let's hold each other accountable. I'll be reading and responding because we're all in this together. At the end of the day, the only thing standing between me and my goal is me. I don't want to be my own roadblock anymore. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been making excuses like I have, ask yourself, are my circumstances really the problem, or am I? It's time to stop overthinking and start doing. No more excuses, just actions. Thank you, as always, for being on this journey with me, guys. I am so happy that we are starting February strong. But until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and most importantly, stay kind to yourself. Bye.